Two brothers grew up together. Same home, same parents, same schools, and identical opportunities in life from childhood days. They chose similar careers, earned similar salaries, and followed nearly identical paths for decades straight, without major differences in direction. At 65, one retired wealthy, completely free, living comfortably without worrying about money anymore in his peaceful life. He travels freely, helps family financially, and never checks prices before making any decision about spending or enjoying experiences. The other retired stressed, with low savings, unpaid mortgage, and constant financial pressure every single day of his remaining life. He works part-time, struggling to cover expenses, constantly worrying about bills and basic necessities like food, medicine, and housing. Same upbringing, same income, but completely different outcomes that change the rest of their lives forever in unexpected, painful ways. The difference didn't start early. It quietly happened during their most important financial decade without them realizing anything serious. That decade was their 40s, where small decisions created massive long-term consequences over time without immediate visible effects. At that time, every decision felt small, harmless, and completely normal in everyday life situations and routine habits. But those small choices shaped their future more than any big decision ever could across their entire lifetime journey. Your 40s are the most important financial decade you will ever experience in life, without any doubt at all. Not because it feels harder, but because the impact multiplies faster than you realize over many years ahead. This is where income, time, and opportunity align in the most powerful way possible for building real wealth. And most people waste this decade without even realizing what they are losing, slowly over time. First, your income is usually highest during your 40s compared to earlier years in your working career timeline. You earn more than ever before, giving you the strongest chance to build real wealth for your future life. This is your peak earning window, where saving potential is at its absolute maximum level possible, realistically. Second, you still have enough time for compounding to work in your favor strongly for long-term growth. Money invested now can still grow multiple times before you reach retirement age comfortably in later years. But this time advantage quickly disappears as you move closer to your 50s and beyond slowly. Third, your expenses begin to stabilize compared to your chaotic earlier years of building life foundations. Kids grow up, major purchases are done, and spending stops increasing rapidly like before in younger years. This creates a powerful opportunity to save more if you choose wisely and act with discipline consistently. But most people don't save more. They simply upgrade their lifestyle instead, without thinking long-term consequences. More income turns into more spending, not more investing or financial security for their future life stability. This is where the biggest financial mistakes quietly begin to take shape without obvious warning signs. Let's talk about the decisions that define your future during this decade in a very powerful way. The first is housing, where most people upgrade to bigger, expensive homes to match their growing status. It feels deserved, but it silently destroys your ability to build long-term wealth over many years ahead. Higher mortgage payments reduce the money you could have invested for decades into assets growing consistently. That difference can cost you hundreds of thousands or even millions later in your retirement life stage. The second decision is cars, where people shift from practical to luxury vehicles for comfort and status. Bigger payments, higher insurance, and maintenance slowly drain your future wealth without immediate realization happening. Over time, these upgrades quietly cost you years of financial freedom you could have achieved earlier. The third decision involves your children and how you fund their future education and lifestyle needs. Many parents sacrifice retirement savings to cover expensive education choices for their children without planning properly. This creates stress later when retirement becomes closer and savings are low, causing financial anxiety daily. Smart families balance support without destroying their own financial future completely through disciplined planning strategies. The fourth decision is career growth and willingness to take calculated risks for higher income opportunities. Your 40s still offer opportunities to increase income if you act strategically and make bold, smart moves. But fear often stops people from making moves that could change everything in their financial life. The fifth decision is lifestyle inflation, the silent killer of wealth creation over long periods of time. Every raise becomes an excuse to spend more instead of saving more money for future security. You feel richer, but your financial position never actually improves over time in a meaningful way. This creates a dangerous cycle where income grows, but wealth never follows in your life journey. Let me show you how two families made different decisions during this decade of their lives. One upgraded everything, house, cars, lifestyle, and reduced their savings rate drastically without realizing long-term effects. They enjoyed temporarily, but ended up with limited options later in life after retirement phase arrived. The other family stayed simple and invested the difference consistently every year with strong discipline habits. Their lifestyle looked average, but their wealth grew quietly in the background over long periods. By retirement, one struggled while the other enjoyed complete financial freedom without any stress or limitations. The difference wasn't income, it was discipline and long-term thinking habits applied consistently over many years. Temporary comfort often leads to permanent financial stress if you're not careful with your spending decisions. But short-term discipline creates long-term freedom that most people never experience in their lifetime. Your future self depends on what you choose to do right now with your money habits. Every dollar you spend today could have been your freedom tomorrow if invested wisely and consistently. So choose wisely, because time will not give you another chance later once this decade passes completely. If you found this valuable, like the video and subscribe for more money content regularly on this channel.